Hi, thank you for coming by to check out this little video I made. This is just a pub late at night in Echo 8. Nothing too special. The reason I'm doing the audio over is actually one of the things I was really focusing on for myself during this pub is where I'm positioning myself and what I'm doing with my aim before I'm actually seeing someone on my screen. We just had a couple scrims with our team today, and what I was noticing a lot with my shooting, and you can see it a bit here still, is that when I round corners or I'm generally positioning myself, I'm not putting myself in the right place to get kills effectively on reaction. And what I mean by that is I'm not putting my cursor into areas where I expect people to be as much as they should be in terms of where their head's going to be located. I noticed in the last couple of scrims we were playing, I have to excuse that, it's just me getting a little annoyed right in the corner. What I was noticing in a lot of scrims I was doing is that I was making the first shot, making the proper reaction shots against a lot of players. But the problem was I wasn't set up properly to where my cursor was directly at height with their heads. What was happening is I'd be moving just a bit to adjust to get that shot properly, up and down, way more than I'd be going left and right. And what would be happening is that I'd actually end up hitting their necks or shoulders. I had probably about good 10 frags I should have had extra on 2 scrims, where I just didn't aim at the head properly and they'd get by me. So what I decided to do is look at my previous replays I had of these scrims and say, okay, where am I aiming? So here, even that reaction shot I just took there, I'm bringing my aim up properly when I round the corner. I've got it head level, and I'm bringing my aim up quickly to the next head level. What I found was that between rounding corners and generally setting myself up, I wouldn't be aiming that way properly. Especially also when I'm setting up that second or third shot after I get the initial kill. I'd get very flustered and start aiming erratically. I'm still doing it, and maybe you'll see it in certain parts of this game, but it was really affecting me for a lot of the halves we played, and it was really noticeable on the replays that I just had a lot of shots, or even during my kills, even for example, that should have been direct, easy, bang bang headshot, 1-2 burst max, and instead I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 bursts at a time at certain people where I really shouldn't be using that much time and effort to kill certain people, especially when I have proper positioning and I'm in a position where I see them before they see me and I have more than enough time to make shots. One of the things I'm doing here and around these corners is trying to put my cursor where I think I need to be. So it can be a lot more height level. Not that I didn't do that before, but I really wasn't being conscious of, is the cursor high enough for where I want to aim? And I'm still working on here. I'm making these headshots in certain locations, but I still feel I'm not getting it precisely right on every single turn, every single corner. And I'm aware that you can't look ever once and you can't always be at the right level, but I'm really trying to be conscious during this entire pub to keep my gun at the proper height so that I'm not going as much up and down as I am left to right. And this is a great corner as an example. Not perfect. I still have to adjust a bit, but I had the idea. I knew where I wanted to go with it. And one of the things I plan on working on within the next couple weeks on my own and in pubs and in scrims is making sure I do this. It does make a difference. I know obviously this pub, we're not playing against the best caliber of players here, but it's not exactly necessarily a bad thing to start with a league of play. At least understand what you want to do and apply it with harder teams and harder players. My goal is to start with the basics, bring myself back down to where I need to go. Don't worry about, game sense, strats, different nading schemes or some tricky plays. Just basics. This is a great example. 1v1. I've got a guy, and these guys, I'm goofing around with them, saying this is what I want to do, that's what I want to do. I know where the bomb is, I know where he's probably most likely to be playing, and I'm just thinking about how I would play in a scrim. I go, back and forth, based on where I know he is. I know he's in the right-hand side, so I'm expecting him to go in the house there. He keeps not going there. I'm not sure if he's sitting on the stairs or not, but my understanding is he's on my left here, so I keep wanting to make sure I'm positioning myself so that as I'm walking around these corners, I'm playing against him. Here at this point I'm playing time, going for the nade. there, I wasn't so happy. You notice I kept my aim down, kind of faced it towards the bottom of the window there, and that wasn't that helpful for me. Even throwing the nade, I still got to get myself ready right away after I throw the nade, aim myself properly. You'll notice the bomb, almost every kill, headshot, and that was one of the biggest things. I wanted to make sure that I was getting headshots, not only with my aim being straight in at head level. The other thing I was noticing is that I'd be doing a little too much spraying, even at distance, even at close. Up close, obviously, there's a need for it in the time and the place, but I've been finding even when I had the right situation to do it, I still wouldn't be trying to adjust and bring my aim up to try and hit them in the head. And I get a lot of these sprays, I'm doing 50, 60, 70 damage, and it's not helpful for myself or my team if I'm doing that. And I've noticed some of my team members doing it as well. It's something we plan on practicing on a little more frequently in the next couple of weeks. I mean, it's tough when you're playing and you can't understand, kind of like a hack, Delico. It's tough when you don't understand, why you can't get kills. Like even there, you notice I did hit him. I thought I was going for the head there. I probably hit the shoulder there. Those kind of shots, those are ones you really want to make. I didn't make that. Also that shot there in the corner, same idea. I'm just not hitting the head exactly. There, a little bit of a better spray. I'm still trying to hit the head. You notice I did get him in a headshot there. I really want to. I kind of circled around his head a bit. I'm having that problem where I'm just not bringing it up. I'm either going against the spray, which a lot of times happens. I know the spray of the M4. The problem is in the heat of the moment, it's really tough. And I want to keep trying to force myself to remember what that spray pattern is and adjust accordingly. So there, I tried to whip it from the bottom to upper right, and it just didn't happen. I need to really understand, I'm going to go up, down, left, right. Like I need to understand the pattern and make sure, I'm spraying accordingly. Obviously, the first 4 or 5 bullets, you're not going to have too much pull on them, but all the same, I still have to remember to adjust accordingly. Even though I'm spraying, I'm doing it on reaction. I still have to keep it conscious during those times. And the frag, the kill in this round that happened to me. You'll notice I'm trying to pre-fire. I'm trying to get around the corner pre-fire. I have the right height, but I'm not hitting him. And with those pre-fires, it's kind of something I'm also working on in terms of when I'm pre-firing. If I miss the first pre-fire, I get nervous and I try and keep doing it again and again, and it's not really working so well. I need to kind of be patient if I miss the first one, and slow it down and reset my aim and wait for them to appear instead of trying to bait them out with a shot. It does work on occasion. I don't mind pre-firing through certain areas, but when I get nervous and I do that first pre-fire and miss it, I feel the need to keep doing little bursts here and there and trying to out-time my opponent, where I really need to just bring it down, slow it down, and make the shot accordingly. You notice I'm playing really certain positions in the pub right now. I'm really not trying to rush or go after them in the pub. I'm really trying to think of where I would play in certain scrims, not necessarily every single scrim spot I'd be using. I'm trying to see, what's going to be effective and try and put the principles of what I'm trying to do. So for their example, if it's got by me, it's a little slow in the reaction. That's actually a tough shot to make. You're not exactly lined up. And again, that correlates back to lining up the headshot, which I didn't do. And you notice there on that one, if you slow it down, you go back and you watch that, you'll notice that my aim went way to the left and then brought it back. So that's just a sign of the nervousness I'm having with certain sprays, where I'm just getting so nervous that I'm jerking too much in my mouse when I'm trying to bring it up to his head, which I really shouldn't have to do. Even if I'm doing a turn towards him, I should be very quick but smooth. And there I went way too far. I still don't think it's anything to do with their sensitivity. I'm using 1750 DPI with 4 sensitivity games, so it's quite low, even with a generous DPI setting. I don't feel the need to really increase that or decrease that accordingly. I find if you play too much with it, you're gonna, really hurt your aim. You get comfortable with certain stuff. Obviously, there's occasional needs to tweak things, but I think it's more a mental and just a focus thing at this point with a lot of our games we're playing, and keeping working at it. And I did play a pub after this. It wasn't as good, but the difference was that I felt I was making the shots that I should be making. So instead of having an even record, but really just running around spraying and stuff, I'm getting shots that I should be getting. They're consistently headshots more than 80% of the time, and holding my own in situations that I should be. So there, you notice, I went for the initial shot, I missed, it did hit the shoulder or the neck. Now at that point, I should be resetting, bringing myself up. I think also I'm nervous about hiding. I feel the need to hide. And I think in that case, when I went back to the left and hid, by the time I went out, due to the way the registry and how the game works, I'm putting myself at a disadvantage there. I should actually be moving to the right and resetting my aim that side. I think a lot of times I've moved to hide myself. It's something naturally I used to do in Counter-Strike, right? You move back and forth to the hiding spot. The way the registry really works in this game, it's not as helpful. It's actually more beneficial to really move yourself out and keep yourself out in the open instead of trying to hide, because the game sometimes just, at least with my ping, it registers those shots as you're going away and onto the left or right, you're hiding. For that, I'm actually not so concerned for something like that. I missed the first shot. I kind of got distracted with two people. It's something I actually worked on more in the second pub I played, which I won't be posting. I just don't want to throw too many videos as well to upload them. I had that similar sort of situation in Black Widow, where playing long A, you'd have, if you'd rush on GR side, you'd have two people pushing out from the Blacklist spawn. And even after all these years of playing, I'm not the best player by any sense of the word, but I sometimes have that indecision on who to aim for first. And I'm really trying to make it a focus of, whoever you're targeting first, that's the person you really have to go out and get. Trying to sneak your attention between two people just doesn't really work. You really have to focus on getting that first kill and then focus on the second. And I hadn't been so good in that in recent games. And, again, it's those little things that make a difference. And in a situation like this, yes, I spray, but the big thing for me is, I controlled, or at least controlled enough to get both of those to be headshots. Maybe not the perfect spray, but for me, that's a big improvement, at least to the fact that, I'm getting a headshot there at the spray. I didn't really, move too much to the point where I caused any problems. At that point, I recognized that it was, not beneficial to be strafing as much as it is trying to just flat out spray. And I got two headshots though. I did with the third guy, but you know what? In a scrim situation, that would be to be what's expected of you. You stop the rush and you kill 2 or 3 people rushing into sight. That's a good thing. Here again, you notice, I made that second burst. That's what's killing me. That second burst it's not useful. It doesn't help. You rarely get that kill. And I keep feeling the need to do that. That last death's just I couldn't see the guy behind somebody, but it's things like those little things that actually do make a difference in scrims. Not so much in a pub. Pub, it doesn't matter, but in a scrim, doing, actions like that cost you with death, and, they don't help. And I find a lot of times my team's having issues where I'm not having the best of games. I'm doing okay. I'm playing even, but I'm not really providing quality frags that actually matter in critical situations. And I'm giving up sights as much as they are, and that doesn't help. And the times that I'm having good games where I'm doing these things, even though I haven't really been focused on them recently, I've noted in a lot of the replays I've been watching of my own self that the scrims I'm doing good, I'm actually doing exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm aiming a lot more clearly and trying to focus on getting that shot. So here, even though I don't get the kill, at least I'm trying, to slow it down a bit. And yeah, I missed, but the goal is to really slow down what I'm doing, focus and concentrate on these little things, and they're not gonna, dramatically change everything overnight for me, but I've had flashes where I'm playing really good, I'm really on top of my game, and I'm carrying my team, and I'm not having really any problems in an entire half. And I think it's those halves where I'm following these principles, even though I haven't really been trying to. It's that those halves I really feel like I'm doing these sort of things, and I'm pulling 15-5, 16-8, getting good scores, and getting critical rounds. And if I can continue to do that, it's gonna help the team and help myself as well. It's been really frustrating to have a lot of rounds where, I know I'm playing bad, even though I've got, a decent score, a positive maybe or near even. But knowing that I'm missing, those little shots, I'm hitting the shoulder, hitting the neck, not getting those frags I know I can be getting. And I plan on just, trying to implement this next couple of scrims. I know we have a match tomorrow, actually. So I'll definitely be doing that during the match. But it's stuff to think about if you're playing. You're really being frustrated. And why you're not making a lot of shots. Think about what you're doing and what you can do to improve without drastically changing everything you're doing in your game. You don't have to change every single item to what you do. It's something as simple as just understanding and playing within the fundamentals of what defines a good and a bad shot at the end of the day. You don't need to be practicing 20 hours a day, but just record a replay of yourself like I did here and just see what did I do wrong, what am I doing right. Again, right there, at least get the headshot. I'm spraying at the head. Great, there's a frag. It's as simple as that. The biggest thing you'll notice here, 20 headshots into 24 kills. That's so important and something really critical. If I keep doing this, I think I'm going to really improve my game going forward. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a bit, and you'll see a couple more of my replays as we get some more.